Okay. All right. I told you. I told you. I told you that bandage wouldn't last long. Took a shower. It started itching like crazy. And that's out of here. But I left this little patch on here for the stitches. It's not bothering me. It's not itchy, and it's still a little tender right now. So I'll leave those on for a couple days. But a lot of people are asking me some questions about my son. So I guess I better answer them. Okay, I talked about yesterday going out and looking for a car for my son. I found one. He's head over heels. Can't wait to get it. He's all excited. Friday he got his driver's license. In Canada it's a G2. One more year and he gets his full license and everything's good. Man, insurance is going to be expensive for him right now. He kept on thinking that, well, I'm over 25, which means insurance is going to be down and going to be lower. And I'm going, nah, no, it's going to be costly. It's going to cost you an awful lot of money because right now you have no insurance history and no driving history. So, and you're a male driver. So you're going to be, it's going to cost you some money. It's definitely going to cost you some money. And he searched insurance companies last night and found out, yeah, it's going to cost him a lot of money. Yeah, so a lot of people are saying, how come your son's just getting his driver's license now? He looks like he's 30. Well, close. He'll be 30 this year. He's 29. And how do I put this? Did Dad tell him to get his driver's license since he's been 16? Yes, I have. I've been bugging him over and over again. But my son, when he got old enough to drive and he got himself a job that probably hurt him the most because it was a good paying job. He got a job that paid ridiculous good for a young age at 18 and 19 years old. And when he told me about the job and how much money he was making and everything, and I'm going, yeah, that's not going to last. There's no way that job can last. That doesn't make sense because the job he had was a job driving a forklift and unloading trucks. But you got paid by how many, by the truck that you unloaded, the tractor trailer. Not by the hour. You got paid by the truck. And they were paying these guys like $150 a trailer. Well, these guys could easily do 3 and 4 trailers in a day without any problem. So he's making, $600 a day at this job at 19. Yeah, that, in case you're wondering, in Canada, that's huge amount of money. And that's 10 years ago, almost now. So he was making all that money and he wanted to drive a motorcycle. And I said, no, get a car. Get your driver's license, get a car. Because now's the time to get it, build up your driving history and all that. But you know what? When you're young, you don't listen to your parents. You think you know everything and you know what's right for you and everything's okay. And I'm not going to come down hard on him because I did the same thing. I did the same thing to my dad. Had I listened to my dad when I was 18 years old, I would probably be a millionaire right now. Because my dad knew how to save money. And boy, when I was younger, I knew how to spend money. My dad had a good job. My mother had a good job near the end of their work life, shall we say. He's had crappy jobs before that. Both of them did. But at one point, they were doing quite well. And they saved a lot of money all this time. We never wanted for anything. Did we have a billion things growing up as kids? No. but we never wanted. We always had a big Christmas. We always had lots of food on the table. We didn't want, if we needed new clothes, we had it, right? And so if I'd have listened to my dad when I was younger, he would do things like he would buy Canada savings bonds that every 7 years doubled. And he took money out of his account and every single paycheck, and he would put 10% to 20% of his paycheck into a different account that he couldn't touch or lock it into something. And eventually that built up enough money for him to buy a house. And right now, if you look at a lot of people nowadays, it's only a dream or exhausting debt to get a house in wherever you live, depending on where you live. So yeah, like I said, I didn't listen to my dad. I spend my, I'm going to go get a car. Did I go get a car like I just got my son? This little 5-year-old car that's a small door phone. No. When I could buy my first car, when I was working on my own at 18 years old, I went and got a fully loaded Mustang with a T-roof and all the options on it. Yeah. So, did I need that car? No. But I was 18 years old and I wanted a cool car. And see, we all do those things when we're younger. So my son went out and got a motorcycle license. And he drove a motorcycle for 2 years, which is great. Until the motorcycle started breaking down. The insurance was like, it was like $400 a month. It was like ridiculous. And then he also lost that high paying job and started going out and working in places like grocery stores and places like that, Fresh Marts and fruit and vegetable stores, where you don't make nearly what he was making there. In fact, he would not make in an entire week what he made in one day at that other job. So all of a sudden, any savings that he possibly had went out the window. He was now biking where he was going. He could barely afford a bus pass. He had to have roommates where he lived, etc., etc. And then finally, after a while, he eventually decided, you know what, Dad? You were telling me I should go back for a trade. And I think I'm going to do that. Because he also saw my daughter. She went back to school to become a nurse. And now she's doing quite well. So he went back and he had a choice between electrician or plumbing. He decided on plumbing. And so he's gone back to school for a couple of years to do that. He moved back in with me, did his schooling, and then I kept on saying, you got to go for your driver's license soon. You got to go for your driver's license soon. I will. Never did. But then he got his, he's done his school. He's graduated. He's ready to go get his job. And then they told him, oh, by the way, to become an apprentice, you need a driver's license. How can we send you to jobs if you can't drive the van? If you can't drive our vehicles? So he took the first test, and then you have to wait a certain amount of time to be able to take your second test. And then COVID hit. And his first test got canceled. Second test got canceled. Third test got canceled. Till finally last Friday, he was able to take his test and pass. And now he has his driver's license. So yeah, that's why he doesn't have a driver's license. He was young and foolish. And he will admit that. And he's going to pay for it for a couple years, at least now. And the way he's going to pay for that is he doesn't have any kind of record for insurance. And that could really start to pay. In fact, I think the insurance is probably going to cost him more than the monthly payments on his car. That's how much his insurance is going to cost him. But you live and learn. If anybody out there is 18 and 19 listening to this, listen to your parents. They might actually know something, because we all do it. And if you say, no, I live, my parents were beautiful. And they taught me a lot. They taught me who I am. They gave me my values. They gave me my sense of family. They gave me all that stuff. They taught me to be a good person. That's all you really can count on. But they also taught me a lot of other things that had I listened to at the time, I probably would be way better off than I am now. And I bet you a lot of us can probably say the exact same thing.